Sunshine, everyone. Welcome in. Jason and Alicia here with you on this Thursday. We are so close to the weekend here. Got to get through some showers this morning, though, before we get there.
Yeah, so let's get right to John for how the bus stop forecast is shaping up for folks.
Yeah, grab your umbrella. We talked about this, or a light raincoat. It's not heavy. You don't have to avoid the bus stop. You can send the kids out there. They're not going to get soaking wet or anything like that. But yeah, it's just some light rain. Now, we talked about the lack of moisture in this, and this is exactly what I expected. It worked out this way. We weren't able to pump up the dew point high enough before this cold front worked its way in. So that's why we didn't get a squall line or a ton of storms. And right now we're just dealing with that light rain. Going up to the north, Brainerd area, just some sprinkles passing over the next hour. Back down to the south, there's not a whole lot of reinforcements. There's not a lot of rain coming through. You can see rain right now, St. Cloud, looks like Monticello area coming into the North Metro, but as you go into the actual Twin Cities, looks like Blaine's getting some rain. Otherwise, Metro right now, scattered sprinkles or showers, but we'll time this all out for you in your forecast coming up. Cece.
Hey, good morning. I hope your Thursday morning's off to a great start. Taking a look at the big map here, like John was mentioning, some light rain. We're seeing some damp roads out there this morning, but not causing too much of a hassle or backups. I am seeing reports, though, of a crash over in the St. Paul area here, 35 east southbound between University Avenue and 94. So if you're coming out of St. Paul, heading into the Mendota Heights, Eagan area, watch out for that crash. My traffic cams are down right now, so I can't show you the actual crash, but know it's there. It doesn't seem to be slowing anything down right now, but just be aware of that. I'll be back in a few with some construction projects. Jason.
Cece, thank you very much. Turning back now to that breaking news, another morning and another deadly shooting in Minneapolis, the fifth in less than a week.
Yeah, it's one of two shootings police are investigating this morning. So take a look. They happened just about a mile apart within 90 minutes of each other. Audrey Russo is live from police headquarters with new details from police. Audrey, what can you tell us?
Well, Jason, Alicia, of the two shootings last night, one of them was deadly, the deadly one happening in the Elliott Park neighborhood. And it played out as sort of a rinse and repeat of what we've been seeing for the last week, where there's a fight, there's gunshots, officers arrive on scene and they find somebody who's wounded. They do everything they can to save that victim, but unfortunately it ends with a call to the medical examiner. What happened about 6 hours ago was, police tell us, a man had gotten into a fight and was shot and killed. By the time police arrived on scene, the suspect had already left. And again, this is 5 deadly shootings since Friday. That's incredibly taxing, not only to Minneapolis police investigators, but also to the communities that are experiencing this gun violence. When our camera crews were on scene just a couple of hours ago trying to interview the police officer, we actually heard victims' family members audibly grieving their loss, something that wasn't lost on the officer that we spoke to. Take a listen.
This is a level of tragedy that is extremely concerning. It's unacceptable. As you can probably hear, there are families shattered every time one of these happen.
And Andre, police are saying 5 homicides. We understand that's 5 shooting homicides, but the crime numbers are reflecting something different.
Yeah, Alicia, that's right. 5 shooting homicides, but police actually have a 6th that they're kind of encapsulating in this week period from Friday to now. That was a vehicular homicide. It was a hit and run that they are now classifying as a homicide. All in all, with last night's numbers taken into account, we're at 51 homicides for the city of Minneapolis this year, which is pretty much on par with where we were at this time last year. Back to you.
All right, Audrey Russo with the latest this morning. Thank you very much. So here's what we know about the other shooting. It happened around 10:30 around 19th and Nicollet Avenue. That's the same area where someone was shot and killed about 36 hours ago. 2 women were shot and arrived at the hospital separately. No word yet on how they're doing this morning, but we'll keep you updated. An update now in the deadly patio crash at Park Tavern in St. Louis Park.
In the last 15 hours, we've learned one of the victims will be laid to rest later this afternoon. We were at Park Tavern as it reopened yesterday for the first time since the crash. They held a special memorial event for friends and family to grieve and to pay tribute to their loved ones.
He was in the right business, living to serve people and take care of them and be there for them. And Christina, in her own way, as a server, the same thing, just as sweet as can be.
Michelle Beck joins us now live there with new details in the case. Michelle.
Yeah, Jason, Alicia, it is so moving. What is here behind me in front of the Park Tavern, just this overwhelming community support, all these signs of love and grief, really. Even this morning, the little bit of rain that we got have revived some of these flowers, so also moving to see that as well. Well, we also know that funeral plans are in place. Gabe Harvey's funeral, that's going to be today. Christina Folkert's funeral, that's scheduled for next week. And in the last 18 hours, the man accused of killing them and hurting 9 others, he made his first court appearance. Stephen Bailey didn't say much in court and didn't enter a plea. Here's what his attorney said, quote, "We understand what happened. We understand the loss, and it's horrible." The attorney also argued his client is not a threat to the public outside of the alcohol-related offenses. We know from our reporting Bailey has had 5 drunk driving convictions in the past. Prosecutors expressed concern about his ability to remain sober. And Jason, Alicia, the judge has set bail at $500,000 with conditions including Bailey must not come to the Park Tavern. A lot more I have yet to tell you, including about the conversation our crews had with one of the victim's partners. All that in 30 minutes.
All right, Michelle, we will check in with you then. Thank you very much. Right now, we're tracking developments in yet another deadly school shooting, this one in Winder, Georgia. This happened about 20 hours ago at Appalachia High School. The 14-year-old alleged gunman killed 2 students and 2 teachers. 8 other students and 1 other teacher were also injured. Police say the teen suspect will be charged as an adult with murder.
My heart hurts for these kids. My heart hurts for our community. But I want to make it very clear that hate will not prevail in this county. Love will prevail over what happened today.
Now, we've learned the suspect was a student at the school. Police say he had been investigated for potential threats against the schools in the past.
This morning, charges are on the way for a northern Minnesota school bus driver arrested for driving under the influence while on his route. He had 17 students on board. The St. Louis County Sheriff's Office says a concerned citizen called them just after midnight yesterday, saying that the man was highly intoxicated and they were worried he wouldn't be sober by the morning. Officers pulled over the bus and say the driver's breath test showed that he was still under the influence. No one was hurt.
This morning, Governor